distance traveled by the object or the displacement is the work done. But then we will now modify it a little bit. We will say work is equal to force, alright, but if the force and displacement are not in the same direction, then we'll say force into displacement along the direction of force or force along the direction of displacement. That means what? If force and displacement are not in the same direction, then we will resolve this force into two directions, one along displacement and perpendicular to displacement. And we will take that component of force which is along the displacement, which is pushing the object. For example, if I draw a diagram, let's say this is the force and if this is the displacement, then I am interested in that component of force which is along the displacement. So I will draw the two components of force and say this is force parallel to displacement and this is force perpendicular to displacement, and therefore my work done is this force into the displacement, component of force along the displacement. And it's very easy to see that if this angle between them is say theta, then this F parallel is nothing but F cos theta, and therefore I can easily write this equation work as F S cos theta, because F cos theta into S. Had we thought of displacement along the force also, it is S cos theta, we don't complicate, this is alright. But we know that both force and displacement are vectors, and whenever we multiply them with a cos theta, we know that this is nothing but F dot S. And therefore we get our standard formula, work done by a force when some displacement is produced on the object on which the force is applied. In that case, F dot S or Fs cos theta is the work done. F dot S is the scalar product of the two vectors, force vector and displacement vector. So this is a very simple definition of work. If the force was constant, I could just take force outside and then take these components F cos theta and then cos theta and get the work done. But suppose force is not constant, it is variable, then how to calculate the work done? Then we have got our standard technique which says that if the force is going to vary, choose a very small time fraction. In that time fraction we assume that the force is not changing much, but the displacement is going to be there, and therefore we will find out that small work done in that small fraction of a time when a very small displacement takes place as F dot ds, and therefore I will call it a small work done. So this small work in that small fraction of a time is F dot ds, where ds is a infinitesimal displacement which occurs in that small time. So dw is F dot ds. This we have to do because F is continuously changing. So we take a value of F, for a very short time we multiply it with ds, then next F and next ds, like that we go on doing, and therefore ultimately we can say work done, total work done is integral of dw, which is equal to integral of F dot ds. Suppose I am going to express my positions in polar coordinates in terms of radius vector. In that case, my displacement will be the change in my radius vector. For example, suppose let us think like this, and particle is here, position 1, it goes to say position 2. So my initial radius vector was this, r1. My final radius vector is this, r2. And obviously, the body has displaced from 1 to 2. So this particular arrow 1 to 2 is really my ds. But it is very easy to see that final position minus initial position is change in position. So R2 minus R1 is equal to dr, change in position. So R1 plus dr is R2. And we see here R1 plus, and therefore here I can write down R2 is equal to R1 plus dr. And in this drawing it is R1 plus ds is R2. So which easily indicates that dr is same as ds, dr is same as ds. So I can say this ds is also equal to dr in this drawing. So ds also equal to dr. And therefore my definition of work done here, I can also replace ds by dr in polar coordinates, and therefore I will now write here work done is equal to integral of f dot ds or equal to f dot dr. Either way we can say, obviously from the position 1 to position 2, first position to the final position. So this is how we can define work done. If force is continuously variable, then we can find out the work done by the integration process. So this is how we define work to start with. Assuming that the object is moving in a straight line along say x-axis, and then its position along the x-axis is its coordinate along x-axis, and by our knowledge of calculus we can immediately conclude that area under fx curve is actually integral of f dot dx. So area under fx graph is equal to integral of f dot dx is equal to work. So we can also say, if somebody gives me the graph of a variable force along with x-axis, in that case the area under the curve f dot x from those first to the second position, whichever is our starting point and ending point, is the total work done. So we can have work done by area under the force as well, area under the curve as well, 1, 2 and the third definition for work done. After noting this definition of work done, F dot S, force into displacement into cos theta, we will try to solve a couple of problems based on this particular fact, W is equal to F dot S. Suppose there is a bucket which is tied to a rope. If the bucket tied to a rope, obviously there will be some tension in the rope, and I am lowering the bucket down with an acceleration equal to g by 4. I am lowering the bucket down with an acceleration equal to g by 4. Let's say the mass of the bucket with whatever water it has got is m. Mass of the bucket with its content is m. The equation are this: find the work done by the string, this string which is holding the bucket, work done by the string when bucket is lowered through L distance. So we'll say that the bucket is lowered and then it comes here, let's say somewhere, and this distance is L. So we want to find out the work done by the string when the bucket is lowered through a distance L. The bucket is lowered down to a distance L and we will calculate the work done by the string. So naturally work done by the string means the work done by the force which is applied through the string, and naturally it is tension. Tension is always pulling nature. So tension, as I have shown, is upwards. So this tension is going to do some work on the bucket, and this is what I want to calculate when this particular thing is given to me. Now it's very clear in this problem that the displacement is straight away given, L. L is the displacement and the force is not given. That means I have to calculate force and the problem will be solved, and therefore I will use the knowledge of Newton's laws of motion and calculate this force. For this purpose, of course, if I draw a simple free body diagram of the bucket with mass m, naturally mg force is acting here and the tension is acting upwards, and it is already given to us that the bucket accelerates downwards with A equal to g by 4. So A equal to g by 4. So all this data is given to us, and with this data I can immediately calculate T by our method all the forces in the direction of acceleration minus all the forces opposite to the direction of acceleration is equal to mass into acceleration. Because acceleration is given as g by 4. So from this equation I can immediately calculate T is equal to mg minus mg by 4 is equal to 3 mg by 4. That means I can write here T is equal to 3 mg by 4. So work part I have now really calculated. I have calculated the force which is upwards. I have been given the displacement which is downwards. I know the formula for work done. So my work done is equal to F dot S. So work done is equal to F dot S. In our case, force is upwards, which is 3 mg by 4. Displacement downward L, and the angle between these two vectors, force vector and displacement vector, is 180. So I have to write cos 180. So I'll write minus 1 for cos 180. Cos 180 degrees is minus 1. So naturally my answer is minus 3 mgl by 4. This is the answer. So we have very easily solved a problem which said that a bucket is being lowered through L under some acceleration, and with the help of a string find the work done by the string. So our answer is minus 3 mgl by 4. Very simple problem. We will solve one more simple problem like this. We will try to find out similarly work done in some other case. The problem is totally different than this. Here we have been given certain data. In the next problem, we will be given a graph which is also a data in itself. It has got some information. So with the help of that data, we will solve the problem. We will find out the things asked to us. Let us see. The problem says that they have given us a graph in which force varies with displacement. So force is a variable force. Force varies with displacement. The graph is like this: 2 meters and 4 meters. Here it is, force in newtons. In newtons, this meter is displacement. or S we can write. Here the graph goes up to minus 4 meters. And the graph is drawn like this. Constant in this part, then it becomes 0 up to 4. And here it is from minus 10, it goes to plus 10. So the graph starts like this, goes here, and then again goes down. So we have been given a graph of force versus displacement, and the question is find the work done on the particle from x is equal to minus 4 to x is equal to plus 4. Work is equal to how much if x varies from minus 4 to plus 4. If x varies from minus 4 meters to plus 4 meters, what is the work done? Now this problem we have to solve. We know that force is variable, but the data given to us is in a nice form. The force varies in some 3 straight line curves, let's say, or straight line parts of the whole graph. I can solve the problem by 2-3 methods. Number 1, I can find out an equation between f and x for this part, for this part, for this part. For every part, I can say work done is f dot dx, integral of that, and therefore we'll integrate from say minus 4 to plus 4 ultimately. I will demonstrate all these 3 methods one by one, but we'll do them for part. For example, I will do the integration method for the first part, let's say from minus 4 to plus 4. So in this case, I will first have to find out an equation for f as a function of f. So f, I can see the straight line. So f is of the type of mx plus c. By mx plus c, I can see it's a straight line, and I know that the slope is positive. Slope is 10 divided by 2. 10 divided by 2, because minus 2 to 0 is 2. I could have written minus 2 here. So minus 2, so slope is m is equal to 10 upon 2 is equal to 5, of course Newtons per meter. So I can write this as f is equal to 5x plus c, and I know that force is 0 when x is minus 2, so I can write 0 is equal to 5 into minus 2 plus c, and therefore I can say c is equal to plus 10. And therefore the equation for this part of the graph is f is equal to 5x plus 10 for minus 4 less or equal to x less or equal to 0. So for this part of the curve, I have got equation for force minus 4x 0. So I can find out the total work done in this part by our formula. Work done is equal to integral of f dot dx, and my limits are minus 4 to 0. Now this is one way of solving the problem, and therefore this will become integral of 5x plus 10 dx from minus 4 to 0. And this integration is very simple. It is equal to 5x square by 2 plus 10x from minus 4 to 0. Now all that I have to do is put the values of minus 4 and 0 in this equation. If I put minus 4 here, square becomes plus 16. 16 into 5 is 80, divided by 2 40. So this is equal to 40. This part is 40. plus this part is minus 40. Oh, minus 40. Because x is minus 10. So once again minus 40. Minus I should put the top value first, which is first 0 minus 40 minus 40 is equal to 0. Therefore, I can see that the work done in this part is 0. So, I can say W1, somewhere here I will write down W1, which is for minus 4 less or equal to x less or equal to 0 is equal to 0 joules. And this is the first thing I have found out. Really speaking, we should not have spent all this time in working out, finding out the equation for the straight line and things like that. The reason is, if you remember that the work done is area under the curve, naturally area under this curve is negative, plus side, this is positive. Both the triangles are similar and equal, congruent in a way, so their areas are equal, minus plus will cancel. My answer has to be 0. Without doing anything, I could have got the answer 0. But just to demonstrate to you our method, we thought that let us do it. It's okay. Now we'll find out the work done in the second part from x is equal to 0 to plus 2, because there it is another straight line and it is very easy to find out W2 for 0 less or x less or equal to 2. Here I get F is equal to 10 newtons because it is constant and displacement is 2 meters, S is equal to 2 meters, and therefore in this case both are positive, both are going in the same direction. F dot S is nothing but F into S, and so this work done is equal to 10 into 2 is equal to 20 joules. Now let us find out the third part of the work done for this much portion. Now in this case also we can find out the equation for this and then integrate from 2 to 4. But we will not do that, it will take time. We will go back to our that original method, area under the curve. So I will calculate this area under the curve for 2 to 4, WT3, which is for say 2 less or equal to x less or equal to 4. For this purpose the area under the curve is half base into height, half base into height. So I can write this is equal to half 2 meters into 10 newtons. Base is 2 to 4 meters, is 2 meters, 10 meters. Half base into height, and so this is nothing but equal to 10 joules because Newton meters is joules. And therefore I get 3 different values. One is 0 joules, 20 joules and 10 joules. As the 3, W1 plus W2 plus W3. This is 0 joules, 20 joules, 10 joules, and therefore naturally anybody can say total work done W1 plus W2 plus W3 for the 3 parts of the graph, 3 straight line parts of the graph, and the answer is obviously equal to 0 plus 20 plus 10 is equal to 30 joules. So I get the answer for this simple problem. So we have understood what is work, we have understood that work is F dot S, alright. How it is to be worked out in real life examples. We have solved the problem where the force was like a tension force in one direction, movement was in the other direction. That we could solve. In this particular problem, we had been given a graph which was sufficient for us to work out the final answer, which was asking work done by the force in the movement minus 4 meters to first 4 meters. We divided the problem into 3 parts because there were 3 parts of the straight lines, different straight lines, minus 4 to 0, 1, 0 to 2 and then 2 to 4, and we have calculated it. We have got the answer as total 30 joules positive. Really speaking, one could have directly done the total area under the curve, this area minus this area, but this cancels out, so this area, which is very easy to see, it is a 30 joules. Okay.